Hey, how's it going, everybody? NOAH45KINGS here. 45 Kings podcast. I do believe we are on episode 4. I'm not entirely sure. I gotta apologize, guys. I'm so sorry for not putting up as much content as I've been the last few months. It's because things have been pretty hectic lately, not gonna lie, because I've been visiting family, having, some get-togethers with friends, and, socially distancing with other people, of course, and making sure, we all know, where we're going, and, trying to hang out with people who aren't traveling away or in contact with people who, potentially have COVID and things like that. So we're trying to take as many necessary precautions as possible. And, it's been great because, recently we've been not having so many cases in the province, and that's been a really great thing. But, not so much lately, but, we'll get into that shortly. But, So, continuing on, what have I been up to lately? Gosh, diggity darn it, what have I been up to lately? Well, I have been, just trying to make the most time with my friends and family before things go potentially into lockdown or something like that happens again, like a big COVID outbreak basically, and we're just trying to roll with the flow. And so right now on the province, I do believe we have over 20 cases right now, which is kind of terrifying. Yeah, according to CBC, we have 24 new cases in the past 10 days alone. So it's either going to plateau off or it's going to keep steadily increasing. So all we can do really is just hope for the best and expect the worst. And that's basically how 2020 has been going lately. And it's also nearing the end of December, so hopefully we can get out of this hellhole that is 2020 and start off the decade with 2021 for a better footing. Alright, what have I been up to lately? I've recently watched Atypical with my fiance, and that show on Netflix is, quite frankly, amazing. It's really stellar. I would highly, highly recommend it, and you guys should totally check it out. It's so good. And I'm also sitting here now with a good cup of orange pico Tetley tea. So good, so good. It is so good. All right, and with regards to me, I've been playing a bit of Fortnite just to round off the battle pass and get as many unlockables as I can. I do have all the main things. I'm just going for the foils now. But I didn't get the chance to get the holographic foils because, I just, can't know Fortnite all the time. I like playing other games, watching movies and TV, things of that nature as well. So it is what it is. I'm not a big fan of the holo foil variants, but the gold ones I'm 100% going to get by the end of the season because I'm on to Wolverine now. I'm one level away. So maybe I can try to get 1 or 2 holo foils. I don't think I'm going to come close to it, but hey, you never know. You never know. I've been also hooked on Call of Duty World War II lately. Very random, but I just want to plop the disc back in because I remember the multiplayer on that was so good. I've been playing Shipment 1944 on that map, on that playlist, because it's really good for camel challenges. And also right now, if you guys aren't aware, on Call of Duty World War II, there is a double XP event going on. Or I don't know if it's all the time or how long it's going to last, but there is a double XP event that's been going on almost a week now since I started playing it again. Funny enough, but yeah, you guys should hop in, and if you guys have it, or if you guys want to get it on sale, go ahead, because there's amazing Black Friday deals coming up for a lot of places, and a lot of people would probably have Call of Duty World War II at really cheap prices. I do believe I saw on EB Games' flyer they sent it to me, actually, is that the used versions of Call of Duty World War II are going to be around 10 or 12 bucks. So that's an excellent deal, not going to lie, because the multiplayer in that game has so much content right now. They added in 3 or 4 SMGs not too long ago, but the only problem is I can't buy them with the armory credits, which you usually do use to buy cosmetics and guns and stuff. But it is what it is. I guess I'm just going to have to complete challenges and get lucky because I have not spent a dime in that game and I still don't have a lot of guns in that game. And that's maybe why I'm more drawn to go back towards that game, which is pretty neato burrito bandito. So, that is pretty sweet. Highly recommend you guys check out Call of Duty World War II. I also just logged in not too long ago to do up some more classes because I recently prestiged on the game. The campaign itself is okay. It's a reasonable Call of Duty game, for a campaign. And the zombie mode, I have not played very much. I've tried the like little tiny mode, but I'm pretty sure you gotta play co-op on the main zombie mode. So maybe I will check that out at some point if I do get bored during lockdown and all this stuff. It's mostly not a lockdown here in Newfoundland, but a lot of people were the other day freaking out that things were going to lockdown. But here we are. Things are still good. Things did change with regards to people traveling outside the province and rotational workers and testing with regards to things like that. So, I mean, it's not really affecting me as much. But my dad is a rotational worker, so he isn't allowed to get tested, I think, until like the 5th day that he arrives home. So that's a little bit unfortunate, because before he could do it like within 3 or 4 days, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how the rules work, but my dad is abiding by the rules very good. And a lot of people just don't care, and a lot of people just don't abide by the rules. So shout out to Dad for doing that and being a real trooper, because during these times it's important that we all come together and unite instead of fighting against one another, because the virus does not fight against itself. The virus only fights against us. And the only way we can beat it is if we all unite and bring our resources and kindness, and we have our collective efforts combat COVID-19. And I'm very hopeful that we will get through this. It's only a matter of time. I mean, we just got to get things under control. We got to make sure people social distance and isolate when they're traveling from like other countries and other provinces and other states, And shout out to America, actually. Shout out to America. Shout out to the U.S. because they have a Thanksgiving today. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and let's get rolling, shall we? Just going to have another sip of my tea. Yeah. Let's go. CBC reports that well, this is the headline. NL reporting 3 new cases of COVID-19. So they go on to say that we have 24 new cases in the province in the last 10 days. It's pretty crazy. So hopefully we can get these things under wrap, and hopefully people can, self-isolate and social distance, and we can contact trace whoever is, come in contact with these people, and make sure that we get the virus under wraps, which is the hope, and eventually we will do so. So they go on to say the province has 28 active cases. Wow, 28. That's crazy. Marking 24 new cases in the past 10 days. The first new case is a man in Central Health Region between 20 and 39 years old. In a media release, the Department of Health said that the case is travel-related, and the man is now a resident of Newfoundland, Labrador, and has traveled to the province from Nova Scotia prior to the closure of the Atlantic bubble. So he's kind of stuck here because, as you guys know, they are tightening up restrictions when it comes to the Atlantic bubble, from my understanding, and you're going to have to self-isolate no matter what now, because at one point there was New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI, and Newfoundland and Labrador all together in a little Atlantic bubble where, you're not allowed to burst that bubble, and clearly the bubble has been popped at some point. So it's kind of unfortunate. So now we kind of got to tighten restrictions down. People can't visit family. People can't travel for work and things like that as freely as they once would. But it does make sense, because this virus is, non-judgmental, basically. Whether you're a man, woman, rotational worker, traveler, no matter what you are, the virus is just going to, get you if it wants you, or if you're not taking the right precautions. So please do be careful out there, everybody. I really do put out my heart and my soul to everybody that has been affected by COVID-19 this year. It's been crazy, no matter if you have directly or indirectly. I have indirectly been a few ways, so yeah, it kind of sucks. But overall, this year has been pretty solid for me. But I mean, for everybody else that I know and people who I've been talking to, like, this year has been a total cluster fuck. Sorry for my French, but it is true. It is true, and it's so sad. Because of this case, the Department of Health is asking passengers who traveled in Air Canada Flight 8862 from Halifax to Gander that arrived on Friday to call 811 to arrange COVID-19 testing. Public Health is encouraging all passengers to continue monitoring themselves for symptoms for 14 days from their time of arrival to the province, even if they've received a negative result. So even if you receive a negative result, you still have to self-isolate according to what CBC is saying, and that's what the government has put out. Another case on Thursday is a woman in the Eastern Health Region between 20 and 39 years old. Case is travel-related, and she is a resident of Newfoundland, Labrador, arrived in the province from East Africa. And the third new case is a woman in the Western Health Region under 19 years old. The woman is a resident of Newfoundland, Labrador, and is a close contact of a previous case, and it's due to the recent cluster in the Western region. So we've had a little cluster in Deer Lake, and we had a cluster in Grand Bank as well. So that's where the cases primarily have been sparking from, the new ones in the last 10 days. And it's, developing pretty long, and, it's pretty shocking. It's pretty scary because that's nearby where, my hometown is. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, and hopefully things get under wraps, because we got to take care of our elderly. We got to take care of people with underlying health conditions that are primarily affected by COVID-19, pneumonia, things like that. And also, I've noticed that you hear so many less people this year saying that they contracted the flu or influenza, and that is a great thing as well, because of all the social distancing and wearing the mask, of course, because people cannot spread it as easily. So you're going to get less people doing it as well. You're going to have less people in stores contracting it, because people just don't want to go outside, and people just don't want to go out in big crowds. I know a lot of people who are they just want to stay away from big crowds and stuff like that. They're, they don't like being, they're very, they're antisocial butterflies, basically, is the best way to put it. And they don't like being around people even regular times of the day or regular times of the year. So, makes sense. And totally understand people who have social anxiety. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so the Department of Health said each person in these cases is self-isolating, and contact tracing is underway. In total, 60,578 people have been tested for the virus since March, an increase of 379 in the last 24 hours. Wow, that's a lot. The province's total number of cases is now 327, so there's been 327 cases of COVID-19 on the province. And there have been 295 recoveries and 4 deaths since March. That's crazy. And at the point of them writing this article, and as of today, November 26, 2020, at 4 p.m., there has been nobody hospitalized due to the virus. There's no one in the hospital due to the virus, but there has been in the past. I'm 90% sure. Okay. And now we're going to move on to our next topic, which is, I don't want to call it anybody, okay? I'm not the type of person to bash somebody unless, they're doing something terribly wrong. But NL Proud released an ode to rotational workers 2 days ago on November 24th. At some point, we need to say that our communities are more important than the jobs of rotational workers. Why should we play the Roman fool and die on our own swords? So they go on to say, when workers come home and don't isolate, or when the government has ineffective self-isolation protocols in place, such as not requiring the families of rotational workers to also self-isolate, the community bears the risk while the rotational workers are the ones getting paid. Sure, that's a controversy. That's a very controversial statement coming from them, because a lot of people here in Newfoundland are rotational workers, and they don't want to feel attacked. But at the same time, you also got to take into account that the virus will not come here just by, casting out a rod and catch a codfish. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to freaking kiss a codfish and all of a sudden catch the virus. It is coming here by people coming here, and people are the main source of transmission. So that's one thing we got to keep in mind. But also, too, we don't have to be ignorant and bleed out our arrogance. So let's see. Let's go on. So I'm going to skip over a few things here about policies. The loophole that allows the families of rotational workers to not self-isolate needs to close now to protect our community before Christmas. Unfortunately, as often happens, the government of Newfoundland Labrador is willing to sacrifice a healthy economy for a handful of high-paying jobs to the detriment of us all. The uncertainty for families that COVID-19 has created is very scary. We don't think that yours or anyone's family or job should be left behind, because we all deserve the dignity and security of work. Though at the same point, we must ask ourselves if putting the public health at risk for all is worth a shorter self-isolation period for some. Dr. Fitzgerald said yesterday that what we do now over the next 2 weeks will determine whether or not the COVID-19 tsunami that has engulfed Canada will also find its way to our shores. the government needs to do so, needs to do its part and close the loopholes, and we all need to do our part by wearing a mask, washing our hands, and being vigilant. It's not that we love rotational workers less, but that we love Newfoundland and Labrador more. So, a lot of people took grievances, I guess you could say, and took this the wrong way, and rightfully so. They talked about, like, the fact that, you know, you would, like, for example, get nurses and doctors and tell them not to go to work and things of that nature. Like, it's totally, I don't know. It's a very complicated and heated scenario for sure. Like I said, the only way it's going to come here is by coming outside the province or the cases here reinfecting other people. That's the only way that's going to happen. Abide by the self-isolation rules as they've stated there. And there's also a loophole whereby families of rotational workers don't have to self-isolate. And I don't think anything has really changed by that. And I do hope that they do change things with regards to that as well. Because you're putting more people at risk. And these people who are rotational workers cannot simply stay here. And a lot of people just can't afford to stay here in Newfoundland. Our economy is not really that great overall. If you don't have like a degree or something like that that guarantees you a job, you are basically shit out of luck. Basically, you have to either settle for a lesser job here, get lucky, or you're going to have to go away and work, and you'll, better your life and, help out your family. And a lot of people took a lot of hate towards this post, and a lot of angry reactions on Facebook on the NL Proud Facebook page. And so NL Proud, the author of it, wrote, "The tantrum in the comment section further confirms everything written above. Stay safe and healthy." And that's just crazy. And a lot of people are saying, so one person wrote, "The government should have put in place something like CURB, but for rotational workers so that they can stay at home and not travel." And they got 10 likes and a few laughs, I think, because I think a lot of people just either know the government won't do, you're foolish for saying so, I don't know. And another person wrote there, "This should be a signal to the powers that be and were to get their butts and work harder towards attracting logical paying jobs here in the province where people can stay here and work instead of having to travel away from their families to make a decent living. Another person wrote, if rotational workers were smart, they relocate and spend their hard-earned money elsewhere where they earn it." And that's kind of true as well. And a lot of people are agreeing with it. A lot of people aren't. And oh man, it's quite the cluster of reactions, as you probably might know. And NL Proud definitely took a lot of shit for that comment. Who's to say? Who is right? Who is wrong? Like, we should all have freedom of speech. And, we should definitely protect our communities. We should definitely look out for our elders and other people as well and be considerate and be respectful. But also at the same time, people just cannot simply live here if they do not move away for work. And that's just the reality of things. And we as a province should look at our government and the powers that be, as that comment said, and try to get reasonable work here in the province. I literally do not understand it. And we should fight harder for it. We should vote in people who are striving to do so, rather than just, one side or the other. And you choose it no matter what. Whether the policies are good, bad, ugly, no matter what. Since we have our own minds, we can choose what we want to do, and we can choose who to vote for. We don't have to stick with the same party. We don't have to go and abide by politicians that we don't agree with. If you don't agree with somebody, just speak out and say it. Like, it's just logical in one way, but a lot of people are just blind and ignorant to things. And it's just crazy to me. Like, we have to get our collective minds together and our collective spirits together. We have to come together as one province, as one country as a whole, basically, really, when you get down to the nitty-gritty. And we have to combat this virus. We have to go against it. We have to wait for the vaccine. We're going to have to do our protocols, and people are just going to have to do so. And if the government requires that things need to be tightened up, things are going to get tightened up. And if people just don't agree with that, I mean, we're not going to be able to get through this pandemic because people just are ignorant and don't want to listen and just, frankly, have no respect for other people. You don't have respect for your neighbor, and you just blatantly don't care. So, I feel NL Proud should have the right to say what they said. However, it come off as a little brash to the rotational workers. It's not right. A lot of people have to work away. There's nothing they can do, and it sucks. That's why we need to focus on getting through this, making sure that people like rotational workers and whatnot do abide by the, self-isolation protocols, and also try to encourage people who live in the same household to stay at home. Like, we just have to. And if they just can't, they're just going to have to wear a mask and do their regular thing, like, go on with their lives. But if that's too dangerous, I mean, we're going to have to change something at some point. But as of right now, things seem to be staying similar to where they are. Also, too, some people are going to have to wait for longer COVID testing. Some people are going to have to isolate probably longer. And, it's just like a trial by air, I guess. We're just going to have to wait this out and see what's going to happen. But I do have a lot of sympathy for rotational workers out there who are putting their asses on the line to get their families, the best of the best, and trying to make sure that their families have food on the table for the next day, make sure they have good Christmas presents, try to be a good father, try to be a good mother, all at the same time. It's quite difficult. It's very, very hard, and I hope that people realize that, and I hope that we can come together, and instead of attacking each other, we can, call out and attack the virus, basically, is what I'm saying. But, hopefully things like that. Sorry, just 1 second. I'm going to restart. Sorry about that. My mic cut out because I had to remind my PC to do an update tonight. And basically, we're going to have to come together and we're going to fight this. And I think we're going to get through this. It's just only a matter of time. We're strong as it is. Like, us as Newfoundlanders, we can come together. And unfortunately, that's going to have to come with some sacrifices. Like, Thanksgiving this year was probably pretty different for most people. And Halloween is probably different for some people. And Christmas is definitely going to be different for a lot of people, Like, some people probably wouldn't even be able to get their family members to come together because they come outside the province for Christmas or holidays or New Year's, whatever, And it sucks. It's really unfortunate, and I really do have sympathy for those people. However, the virus is going to come here via those people, chances are 90% chance, unless it's like from a cluster from within the province. So we also got to take care of precautions and do the right thing. So everybody out there, be smart, be respectful, and treat each other with love, care, kindness, and respect. That's all I ask. Okay, I'm just going to cling my tea. And, we're going to get into, speaking of the COVID-19 pandemic, if you guys are struggling during the pandemic, Black Friday has come to save you. So, basically, there's going to be a lot of great deals, and if you guys won't break the bank, or that are, nice and won't break the bank, then you, man, Black Friday got you. From my emails, we got one here from the source, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. These offers are in fact from November 26th, which is today, till December 2nd. So if you guys are in Canada, this is for the source. So they got a Black Friday sale on now, and on the email it says get an amazing iPhone from $20 a month plus 0% APR. Plus you'll get a $300 source gift card on select models. So I think it's the 10R, the 12, and the 11. And the SE as well. And coming up next, we have Activate an Apple Watch Series 5 with GPS and cellular and get $120 off, which is pretty decent. We also have an Apple Watch Series 3 GPS for $239.99, which is a pretty good deal. Also have AirPods with the charging case for $179.99, which is usually the price at Costco, but don't tell anybody that too loud. It's usually around $180 or $189. Usually it's what they start at around Costco. So shout out to you guys if you guys have Costco, just throwing that out there. Also, we have the iPad mini, which is a 7.9-inch Retina display, and it has an A12 Bionic chip. Pretty good iPad mini, must say. And it's on sale for $499.99. You save $30. We also got the mainline iPad, 32 gigabyte. Wi-Fi version, gorgeous 10.2-inch Retina display, A12 Bionic chip with neural engine, and it's on sale for $399.99. Okay, so we've also got some amazing prices on some select smartphone cases, so you guys can check that out as well. Beats by Dre are on sale for $229.99. You save $170 on a pair of Beats wireless headphones, which is pretty cool. And you get up to 22 hours of battery life. Wow, that's pretty decent. But I had wired Beats before. I didn't find them really that great, so I don't know if you guys would want to pick it up. But, I mean, it's there for you. So they got amazing prices on laptops. You can save up to $170 on headphones, which is pretty great. You can save 50% on select games as well. I think the Avengers game is on sale for half off. Probably some sports games as well. So go check that out. Amazing prices on TVs. Save 60% on select head rush speakers. Save 60% on smart home. Ooh, what's on smart home? I'm going to check that out actually. Because I wouldn't mind have a few smart plugs and stuff. I do have one right now for my TV, and it's pretty lit. It's pretty great. All you gotta do is just say, you know, hey, smart home device, turn on my TV, turn on my Christmas lights or Christmas tree, and it'll do it. So we got some bright Wi-Fi light LED smart bulbs for $5.99, and we've also got the color changing ones, indoor outdoor smart Wi-Fi LED bulbs for $9.99, and you got the bright filament smart bulbs, which are like the fancy old and style looking ones. They are on sale for $8.99, so you save $14. That's crazy. Bright smart Wi-Fi outdoor plug. God, these have long names. You got a dual one for $15.99. They got some decent deals. I like the Philips Hue line a little bit better, but that's just me. But you guys can check it out on thesource.ca. And we also have some upcoming ones too for EB Games as well, for any parents or gamers out there who's looking for some gifts and stuff, for some stocking stuffers or things like that. You know, it's pretty cool. So it starts today at 12 a.m. and we have, let's take a look at the flyer, shall we? I need to get the flyer. Gosh darn it! I don't know if you had a big flyer, because they got like a 12-page flyer with some more offers. So we got Watch Dogs Legion on sale for $49.99, save $30. Save $20 on Just Dance 2021 for Switch and Xbox One with I think that's smart delivery as well, yeah. And it's also on sale for PlayStation 4 and 5. You'll also save $40 when you buy the new Madden 21, and you'll receive a free Wilson NFL mini football, which is pretty cool. That's actually pretty enticing. I do love my mini footballs. I do love footballs. I used to play catch with my dad all the time. It was a great time, and footballs are pretty cool. Best thing to play catch with. Gears Tactics is on sale for $40 until the 30th. Most of these deals are until the 30th for EB Games. $40 for Star Wars Squadrons. Heard that's a pretty decent game. Avengers on sale for $40. Haven't heard much about that. I think basically the player base has died out. They said that the player base has dwindled like over 85% on PC, so that kind of sucks. I don't know if I'd recommend it right now. Maybe wait for a sale. Maybe wait until they add more content, because it's a live service game. And I don't know what they did with the Avengers, but they kind of messed up the Avengers, not going to lie. The Avengers game. Like, you have one of the biggest IPs on the planet, and you kind of underdeliver and underperform. I don't know. It's crazy. I think you would have a little bit more insight and prepared readiness for it, but I mean, what can you do? We've, let's see. We've also got NHL. Which one's this one? Oh my gosh, I can't see it. NHL 21 on sale for $40. I also have NBA 2K21 on sale for $40. Final Fantasy VII Remake is on sale for $40 for PS4. And we also have a save $20 on Xbox Game Pass for 3 months. So, pretty cool stuff, pretty cool. So, you guys want to check out the whole flyer, then check out EB Games website. Okay, I'm back. I just got a Danette. If you don't know, Danettes are like little puddings, and they're delicious, quite frankly. So let's see. We went over COVID-19 coming back to NL. We went over NL Pred and the whole rotational worker. We also did Black Friday deals at the Source and EB Games, as well as on Amazon. They do have a lot of cool Black Friday deals. I can't list everyone out, but man, there's really great deals if you guys are looking for some great gifts, or you're looking for something for yourself to treat yourself on Black Friday, because everybody should deserve to treat themselves, because this year's been quite crazy, and it's also taught us that, if you're going to do something, go do it. If you want to buy something, go buy it. No good to wait. And, it's just better to treat yourself, and you deserve it, quite frankly. And I hope you guys do realize that. Also, I want to mention that on Amazon, as well as other retailers, for Black Friday, if you guys do have a Switch or know somebody that does have a Switch and you want to get them a gift, you can get, I believe it's a few games on sale for half off, so they're around like $40 Canadian dollars, and I think it's 30 for US. I think it's games like Splatoon 2, Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Maker 2, Legend of Zelda, the new the Link one. Gosh darn it! I gotta get the Amazon page up, because I really want to know what deals are on exactly for the Nintendo Switch games. I think it's Nintendo Switch games. Okay. Yep. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee is on sale for $39.95 on Amazon.ca. We also have, I do believe there's a few. There's Splatoon. Currently, it says it's not available. Let's Go Pikachu, and there's a few more. But you guys can check it all out. I'm going to actually go on EB Games, because EB Games also has their fly rate, which is nice and convenient. And they do have a sale on for Nintendo Switch stuff, so it's pretty lit. So yeah, I think they do have a big sale on stuff like controllers as well, things like that. Yeah, here it is. You can save $40 on NBA 2K21, so it's going to be $40. And let's see, we're also going to have the Assassin's Creed, the Rebel Collection is on sale for $29.99. And I think there's a few more deals as well. Let me double check the next page on the flyer. Yeah, so I don't think there's any more. But there is a lot of good Switch sales on, if I do remember, quite frankly. Yes, there is. There's also Mario Rabbids Mushroom Kingdom Battle is on sale for $29.99. There's a lot of good deals on, and there's a lot of games on sale just for $40 or around $30. So check it out, and let me know if you guys did pick up anything. As well as headsets are on sale as well from EB Games, so I forgot to mention. So you can save up to $25 on Turtle Beach headsets. I highly recommend it. I have the Stealth 700 Series 1, I do believe the name of it is. So you guys can check that out. I do recommend it. The Stealth 700 is the one I use for my Xbox One. And it does have a great battery life. It also has really nice cushions for your ears. It has decent sound quality on the mic. It also has Bluetooth functionality. You can also plug in your own cord as well if you want to make it wired. But I do recommend it, and you guys should check it out. There's also a second generation one as well, so probably it has a few more features and stuff. I haven't really looked into it, but maybe I will get it someday. Who knows? Moving on, so we're moving into gaming. It's time to segue over into the Xbox Series X pre-order. So I know I have my Xbox Series X in my hands. My fiance bought it for me. She wrapped it, so I'm all good to go for next gen. A lot of people, unfortunately, can't be able to get it, and that's rather sad and unfortunate, but I mean, they are selling it pretty quick. So if you guys weren't aware, you can pre-order it at a certain date, and then, that's basically the only chance you'd probably have to get, unless you want to go to scalpers and buy those who scalp the systems and sell them for ridiculous prices on eBay and whatever other places that they sell stuff. So that's kind of unfortunate. But don't fall for scalpers. Wait till next year if you guys are waiting for a next-gen console. Go and buy some games or buy a Switch, something different, I mean, there's always something out there. Upgrade your PC. Who knows? I mean, there's all kinds of things you can invest in when it comes to Black Friday and the holidays this year. So I'm going to tell my Xbox Series X pre-order story. So I got up on the day of the pre-order, which I think it was like the 18th of October, if I do remember correctly, or September. I'm not really sure. I think it was around October, though. I don't know. But the day when the pre-orders went live, I went to my local EB Games, and they told me, look, We give it these little chips to people, and if you didn't get one, you basically don't have a guaranteed pre-order. So it kind of sucks. It was. I thought it was a little bit scummy, not gonna lie, that they give it like guaranteed pre-orders rather than just letting people line up and whoever got in first. You know. I thought it kind of sucked, and they were like, "Yeah, you can try another EB Games, or you can try this place and that place." And I was like, "No, I don't think." And I looked over, and across the road from me was the source, and I was keen, and I remembered things, right? I do my research when I buy products, and I realized that the source was also doing Xbox Series X pre-order. So I went over there, stood in line, I got behind a few people. The guy ahead of me said, "Yeah, I'm going to get a Series S because I got the 1X right now, but I think I'm going to wait to upgrade for the Series X." So that was all good and dandy. And when I came into the store to finally pre-order for mine, the guy was trying to order it for the man next to me, and he was trying to get a Series S, but the website kept crashing, so I don't know if he got one or not after. It's kind of unfortunate, though. And I also saw a lady, she came in and she ordered one, and then she came back again and she said, "Yeah, I'm going to have to get another one for my nephew." I'm like, "Man, can I be your nephew?" Like, holy cow, you just come in just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna flex a little bit more, buy another Xbox Series X, no big deal." So that was pretty sweet. And I'm so glad that I was able to do my research and get my hands on an Xbox Series X. So that was pretty cool. And also the day before, I wanted to mention this because I didn't get the chance to do the podcast when it happened, was Bethesda, aka ZeniMax Media, which includes Bethesda Game Studios, Tango Gameworks, id Software, Machine Games, and Arcane, and I think some other small things in amongst that as well. And all their IPs are now owned by Microsoft. Microsoft has the intent of acquiring ZeniMax Media, and it's not going to fall through until 2021 sometime, and a lot of people are thinking probably by the summer it'll probably be fully gone through, but who knows? Honestly, who knows? Also, that was a pretty big deal. It happened before the pre-order, so you know that they're trying to get as many people on the Xbox Series X hype train as possible, because now Doom games possibly can be exclusive. That's a really real thing that can happen. Like the Elder Scrolls 6 and things like that could be PC and Xbox exclusive, And they said they're going to do a case-by-case basis. They're also letting PlayStation owners, PlayStation 5 users to have some of their games that are coming up, like Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop earlier, and also letting them have the exclusive rights set for however long the contract is for, which is probably 6 months to a year, I would say. No more than 2. I can't see it being any more than 2 years for some smaller games, but yeah, hopefully those games do well, and it'd be cool to check them out. And I'm excited for my Series X because I can play my older games at higher frame rates, at better fidelity, and also get some games in HDR. And oh man, I was living in a bubble because I thought HDR was automatically on my TV, but I turned it on in the settings. I didn't know you had to do this. And every time it'll show like a pop-up, it'll say HDR. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So now it's using HDR on my TV. And I turned it on for and tried Sea of Thieves, and oh my goodness, the game is gorgeous. It's so good. Like, you guys have to really try out Sea of Thieves. Just buy it and then just use it as like a HDR testing unit or testing software. It's pretty insane. So yeah, you guys check out some screenshots if you want to online. Sea of Thieves is a great way of showing off HDR and what it can do. So, we don't know if the future Bethesda games are going to be exclusive, because there's been conflicting reports saying Phil Spencer said they're going to go on a case-by-case basis, and the CFO, I'm pretty sure, the CTO of Microsoft, I think his name is Bill. Shout out to Bill. He said that they're going to go ahead and try, they can't say anything right now because they don't own Bethesda officially right now. They can't say their intent or what they're going to do. They can't say any plans, really. So, I mean, it's just kind of up in the air for now. And he went on to say that they're going to be best or played first or have exclusive content on the Xbox and Windows platforms. So that's pretty interesting. It'd also be pretty cool because now xCloud is out there now on Game Pass Ultimate. So you can stream games to your Android tablet and it's going to be pretty cool to see if it gets to iOS, because they said they're working on a web-based solution for iOS, just so the iOS player base is able to hop on and get on the bandwagon, which is pretty cool. Might also upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate myself. Might also take a advantage of that deal that EB Games is putting out, so that I can top up on some Game Pass Ultimate for a few months, and have a bunch of games to play, and keep my Xbox Live Gold service running. I think I probably will get a 12-month, usually in my stocking, from my parents or whatever, so I think that's probably what's going to happen. So it'll be pretty cool just to have it anyway on hand, some Game Pass Ultimate, and then pile that on top of Gold, so I'm set for a while. And yeah, I think personally Bethesda games are going to be exclusive to the Microsoft and Xbox platform. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, really, who knows at this point? But honestly, I got a gut feeling, because they spent $7.5 billion approximately to acquire Bethesda and all of its technology and games and IPs. So I could very well see a future where it goes to PlayStation as well, because they're going to use the bigger games like Elder Scrolls, Doom, and they're going to keep those multi-plat. But the new games they're going to have as Xbox exclusives. That's another big probability. But you don't spend that kind of money in order to just let the competition have it. Phil Spencer even put in an interview, he said, we don't have to make these games on PlayStation in order to make our return on investment. So that is definitely a possibility. It can go either way. And now, what do I think is going to happen? I personally think they will be exclusive, but who knows? I mean, it doesn't make it better. I wouldn't mind it for it to go the Minecraft route, whereby it's on almost every single platform, because Minecraft is on everything, because Minecraft was always on everything. So, and also the fact that Ninja Theory's next game, Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga, is not going to be on PlayStation or other platforms other than the Microsoft platform. And also, Obsidian's games are not going to be on any other platform as well. So the studios that Microsoft has acquired will not be on other platforms. So, I mean, it just goes to show that we are going to possibly get those games exclusive. And I hope we find an answer soon. I hope we do get a better game as a result, because lately Bethesda has been kind of slacking when it comes to Fallout 76 and the new Wolfenstein game. Haven't played Wolfenstein, might check it out. But I think I might get Doom Eternal at some point, because it is on sale in some places for $20. It's a really good game, or $30, I think, Canadian. Kind of unfortunate, but still worth it nonetheless. Doom Eternal is a pretty cool game from what I hear, so I can't wait to check it out. I love Doom 2016, so I'm hopeful that they'll get a Series X patch and it'll look and run even better on that, so that would be pretty insane in the membrane to be checking that out too. Yeah. So, that's it for when it comes to Xbox, I'm pretty sure. I'm really excited to get my Series X, but can we just pause for a moment and say that Xbox sold out all its consoles because they just did. They didn't have enough supply because of COVID, but also they sold out all their consoles with no launch exclusive. They didn't have Halo come, which was slated to be with the next Xbox, Halo Infinite, which was going to basically, for the community, make or break Halo as a franchise. And people looked at Halo Infinite, and when they showed the game showcase back in, when was that? I think it was July, I want to say. Yeah, around July, and everybody was like, it doesn't look that great. Maybe put it in the oven for a little bit longer. Then they did some rehires, and now it's delayed, so we don't know when it's going to come out, but I hope it's a better game as a result. But they said the multiplayer is going to be free to play, so I think that's going to be a massive draw for a lot of people to at least try it. So that's going to be on the caliber of popularity of bigger games like Fortnite and Apex Legends, those bigger free to play service games. So I think that's what Halo's striving for when it comes to the multiplayer side of things. But hopefully they can deliver a cohesive experience between all the modes and all the facets of the game. So I'm probably going to try Halo a little bit more. I might wait to continue my Master Chief Collection playthrough on the Series X, because that's supposed to be getting upgraded as well. So I'm really excited to check that out. And hopefully we can get some good HDR and smoother frame rates. I think it's going to go up to 120 hertz, but I don't have 120 frames per second supported monitor or TV, so that kind of sucks. But I mean, I'm perfectly fine at 4K 60 with HDR. Not going to lie. So because 4K does make a difference, but HDR, man, whew, HDR is pretty incredible when it's used correctly in most games. So we're going to move on. Fortnite has got its next gen upgrade, of course, and I can't wait to check that out later on after Christmas in the new year. And they've got some new graphics and things like that, so that's going to be pretty cool to check out. So yeah, this is going to be our last topic for today. We're going to talk about Fortnite Season 5, Chapter 2 Season 5 specifically. And there's been a big goof by Epic. They kind of leaked out an image showcasing that The Mandalorian is going to be in Season 5. And Baby Yoda as well is going to be like a backbling or emote type thing, like how Rocket Raccoon was for Season 4. And I'm kind of excited for it, not going to lie. And it looks like from the leaks and stuff, it's going to be a really interesting theme. It's going to be, it kind of reminds me of like a cosmic style holiday. So maybe we'll get something like that. But just by the look of the other skins on the side, there's like a pancake or like French toast kind of guy. And then there's on the other side, it's like, I think there was like a redhead as well. I don't have the images right next to me, but I think that's what it was. Excuse me. And a lot of leakers alluded to it being a holiday season. So hopefully some more of my friends pop on, because I love Season 2 of Chapter 2, and I really enjoyed Season 3 of Chapter 2. Season 4, not so much, because the Marvel stuff was a little bit too overpowered, like the mythics and stuff like that. I wasn't a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of mythic items, so hopefully we can figure out, what it's going to be this season, and hopefully we won't get anything that's overpowered or breaks the meta, breaks the balance, so. I also want a really good Battle Pass, because I do think they do excellent on Battle Pass, especially with the Marvel one. The Marvel one was amazing, but the season overall was not that great for me, not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm slowly getting the foil variants. I'm going to get the gold probably soon. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for getting the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, the most famous internet star from 2020, it seems. And he will probably continue to be an internet star for years to come if they keep, using that character in The Mandalorian or other future Disney Plus properties, which would be pretty lit. So that's it for today. That's all the topics we have. Sorry so much I apologize for not uploading as much. So hopefully you guys understand. Hopefully you guys can, like the video. And be sure to subscribe so you guys can stay up to date and notified, so it'll be in your sub box. You can also click on the notification bell as well. I don't do that for any videos, because, why do I need to be notified about it? I'll just check my subscription feed, and if it's not there, I'll just yeah, I'm going to check out the channel if I'm really super interested in finding that out. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Hopefully we can do a slightly longer one next time. But, yeah, hopefully you guys all have a great Thanksgiving. And make sure to stay safe and stay healthy. And have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Thanks.